Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts, to today's session of hip mobility. Now, I just finished my 5th class for today, which means that pretty much every single muscle and muscle fiber in my body hurts, but that's exactly the perfect time for me to show you how to work on your hip mobility, not just your flexibility, stretching the necessary muscles for hip mobility, but most importantly, how to strengthen them in a way that will help you increase your quality of life. We're gonna start out with very easy exercises, the entry point, and over time, we're gonna increase the difficulty. So if you're ready, let's go and have some fun. Now, your very first 4 exercises is going to be seated in an upright position with your legs extended and your toes pulled in. For most people, that's already gonna lead to a nice stretch in their posterior chain. Try and stay as upright as you can. And step number 1 is elevating that leg while your toes are pulled in, flexing your hip flexors and your quads, and staying as upright as you can. If you need to lean back, go ahead, but over time, you want to get into this position. Just hold for half a second at the top, release, and repeat. Step number 2 is going to be opening up just a little bit and repeating, this time with external rotation in our hip and extended ankles. Hold for 3, 2, 1, release, and repeat on the other side for 3, 2, 1. The third exercise in this cluster, open up a little bit wider, lean forward, and now we're gonna need a lot of strength for 3, 2, 1, release, and up for 3, 2, 1. If you cannot do it by leaning forward, try and do it while leaning backwards. And the final exercise, stay fully upright, close, open, and switch legs. Now, if you do these exercises, just 5 to 6 repetitions per side for each one of these, you're already gonna feel a massive pump in your hip flexors and you're already gonna be building a lot of strength. So now that we've got you warmed up and primed for something a little bit more serious, we're gonna start in a Cossack squat. Switch positions, move all the way up, move down on the other side by raising our heel, external rotation in the extended leg. Now we're gonna bring that knee down and push our hip forward, this time lengthening our hip flexors, lengthening our quads, and flexing our posterior chain as hard as we can. If you need help from your hands, you can place them on the middle, extend all the way up before you switch to the other side, knee all the way down, and actively push forward, flexing here and lengthening here. Try and go for a complete minute with those Cossack switches, where we're going into a pseudo asymmetrical hip thrust. Next level, which is moving all the way up, moving all the way down, and we're gonna cross over left hand behind the left leg, right hand to the left foot, which is gonna lengthen here even more. We're actively pushing forward. Before you move forward, switch positions, down, push forward here, and cross over. We even have the slightest bit of lumbar rotation and a little bit of a stretch in our obliques, which over time is going to be very beneficial. Just like so, we have a nice stretch going in our posterior chain in the extended leg as well. Opening up our hips, this is going to require a little bit more strength, especially in your quads. And the second exercise in this cluster will require a lot, and I mean a lot of strength. We're gonna get down once again. Instead of bringing our knee down, we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna place our hand behind our extended leg, just like we did before. And this time we wanna push our hips instead of forward, wanna push them upward. Now lengthening the entire left side and pulling our arm as long and our shoulder as long as we can. We're adding the tiniest bit of upper body stretch as well, but this is gonna require a lot of strength surrounding your hip joint, which in turn is exactly what we need. We don't just want to stretch and work on our flexibility, because if you are super flexible but you're not that strong, this is going to increase your risk of injury. This one, all the way back, push forward, and you can work dynamically, just like so, or you can work statically by holding up here. Final exercise in this cluster is going to take this to the next level. We're gonna switch up. We're gonna place our lower arm all the way down, right arm up, and push up. This is gonna require a little bit more strength, a little bit more stretch, and try and stay dynamic when you're going through this movement, and always be careful not to hurt yourself. Now, the next 3 exercises will comprise the main course of this workout, and you're gonna need some kind of resistance. A kettlebell is gonna make this very easy. Start in an upright seated position. Once more, our leg is bent and very short, controlled movements. Raise just a handful of inches off the ground before you release slowly. Now, we're gonna work explosively in the positive movement, as well as slowly and controlled in the negative movement. 10 to 12 repetitions. Explosive up, holding the top for 1 second, and slowly reversing. Moving on to the second exercise. Extend that leg and then raise it just the tiniest bit. The more you lean backwards, the easier it's gonna be. The more you lean forward, the harder it's going to be.
That's what she said.
And bend, release, take a short break, and repeat. Extension, elevation, flex those quads, flex those hip flexors immensely, release. 10 repetitions per side. Next up, we're gonna raise that leg, keep it up here, and we're gonna go do the tiniest rotations to the left and to the right. The range of motion doesn't have to be long. All we want to do is start controlling the insides of our hips and the outsides of our hips with tiny controlled movements. 10 to 12 repetitions, more than enough. And for our final exercise in this cluster, keep the weight around your toes and some internal hip rotation, weighted, hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, release, let it pull you into this external rotation, and repeat once more. You're gonna require insane amounts of strength surrounding your hips, so try and work with very low weight, and over time you're gonna be able to increase this one as well. 10 repetitions, more than enough per side, and 1 set for all of these exercises. Now for the next exercise, we're going to have to switch positions, and we need 2 elevations, a high one and a lower one. We're gonna place our elbow on the lower one, we're going to place our foot on the higher one, and we're gonna pull in that other leg and close. Now this is already going to require a lot of static strength around your hip joint, but what we want to do is move dynamically. Go as low as we can, don't touch the ground, and then go up as high as you can, flexing the entire inside, flexing your core. Another amazing bonus before we release and push up once more. Now, if you want to add a little bit more arm strength and a little bit longer range of motion, what you can do is move up on your hand and go as low as you can before you extend and push up. This exercise is going to require the most strength from all of these, so be sure to work carefully and slowly. You can hold the top for a second or two, and you can hold the bottom for a second or two, just to get a nice little stretch going and to release some tension if you have some left. Now, if you've made it to this final exercise, then I am very proud of you, because I know this isn't easy. And now we're gonna need a pull-up bar, starting in a dead hang, and we have a cluster of 3 exercises. Once again, we have a nice bonus, this time being decompression in our shoulders, as well as massive strength we are building in our forearms and in our hands. Level number 1, knee raises, 10 to 12 repetitions. Level number 2, extended leg raises only to a 90-degree angle, 8 to 12 repetitions if you can. And final level, maximum strength, and all the way up, touch, and slowly in a controlled manner, reverse, go into an arched back, and repeat for maximum range of motion. This is gonna combine your core strength with your hip flexor strength. Basically, your entire anterior chain is going to be massively strengthened and put together with all the other exercises. You'll never struggle with hip weakness ever again. But once again, with that, sadly, that's all the time I've left for you today. If you like the video and subscribe. And please, guys, check out other videos on this channel, because we literally have new ones every single day, which means that I will see you guys tomorrow. Captain Cairo, peace out.